Hey everybody, welcome to another installment of the Dollar Tree Deluge here on the GCap Recap. I'm GCap. Before I get started, I want to give a quick shout out. Thank you to all of my current subscribers. Appreciate your support as always. For all of you new viewers, by clicking the subscribe button, by liking my videos, by sharing them, by clicking the notification bell, even leaving a comment, all of that stuff really helps to continue the growth of my channel, and it really helps support that. I'd super appreciate it. So with all that being said, without further ado, let's get capping. Okay, so the first three movies I've got here from Dollar Tree are ones that I picked up in Lancaster. So we had some bad weather and up there, so we weren't able to, we had to kind of delay what we were doing, get out of the rain for a little bit. We happened to go by a Dollar Tree. I thought we'd go inside just to see what they had. And I picked up some random movies I never heard of. They're probably sure they're garbage, but you know me. It's only $1. I'm going to pick it up, right? So the first one here is Rough Draft. It's called A Fun, Bold Adventure. Take a look on the back. It looks wild. I mean, there's like some weird things happening back here with some weird characters. This guy almost kind of looks like a superhero. It's by the author of Night Watch. I figured give it a shot. I don't recognize anyone in this movie, so that could be good or bad. Probably bad. But that being said, I wanted to check that one out. Here's one that I think I bought by mistake. It's called The Alpha Test, and it's an interactive nightmare. I read it as it was one of those interactive movies, like the one that they did for Black Mirror. I forgot the name of it, but I thought it was that, like it's like that one. Or like what the New Day and The Undertaker just did on Netflix. I thought it was something like that. I don't think so. It looks, I mean, that would have been nice or whatever, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Looks weird as hell. So, definitely want to check it out. An interactive nightmare. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is an interactive movie. I like those for some reason. And last but not least, for the Lancaster set, Voodoo Apocalypse. So this looked crazy, right? There's luchadors on the back. There's fire. I mean, for this one, before I bought it, I actually looked on IMDb, and I think it has like a 5.6 out of 10. Maybe it'll just be one of those movies. I'll give it some time, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I figured I'd throw those in. The real main event here to this video is that I just recently went to Dollar Tree. And usually, I pick up stuff, like I find stuff like that in there. It's all DVDs. It's all stuff I've never heard of. They're always blind buys. But the last time I went in there, I actually found some very, very cool things. And I wanted to share them with you. Tons of Blu-rays. I've never seen as many Blu-rays. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Mind you, if any of you have seen those other three movies, I'm going to leave a comment below about it. I'm curious, see what I'm going to get myself into. So the first one is, and I almost got this on, I almost got the Blu-ray for this, and if you saw my last Scream Shout Factory video, I spent enough. I spent enough to get another movie, but here's Vampire's Kiss, and I got it for $1. I haven't seen it in a very, very long time, but I've always enjoyed it because I know, Nick Cage hams it up, chews up the scenery in that one. Jennifer Beals is in it as well. Cool little flick. I might as well just pick it up for $1. There was only one in there, so they didn't have a Blu-ray of it though. I'm going to do the DVDs first because there's a few DVDs, and I'm going to get into all the Blu-ray stuff. I forgot to mention that. Here's one. It's one of those special multi-disc 15 movie collection with Chuck Norris. I recognize 0 of these movies that are on the back. 3 are Chuck Norris. Steven Seagal is actually in it. I was about to throw this back in the bin, and when I noticed there's a movie called Driven to Kill with Steven Seagal, they list him as Russian Steven Seagal, a former Russian spy, and I'm like, well, you just said he's Russian. I don't know why you had to call him out Russian. Why wouldn't you just say Steven Seagal plays a former Russian agent? And Russian is misspelled, just because of the hilarity and all the misspellings on here, because, I have a bizarre sense of humor. It's just, I have a weird sense of humor. I had to pick this up. So, but still, there's cool I love martial art movies. So even some of the old, crappier, lesser known ones, turn my mind off for a little bit and check them out. 15 movies. I'm sure the quality on them is going to be horrible, but what do I say? It's only $1. Here's another one I was surprised to find in that stack. It's by the dude that did the Waxwork movies, Sundown, The Vampire, and Retreat, starring Bruce Campbell and a whole hodgepodge of notable B-movie level type faces. David Carradine's in it. Maxwell Caulfield's in it from Empire Records and Grease 2. I used to have this on VHS. I'm a huge Bruce Campbell mark. I believe there's a new release that just came out of it, like an upgraded release on Blu-ray or something. So I got it for $1. So that's why I'm like, you know what, I'm good. So I have an upgrade from an old VHS. Bam. Let me know your thoughts. Bruce is Bruce in it. Oh, gosh, Deborah Foreman's in it. I knew there was somebody else I wanted to give a shout out. Deborah Foreman's in it. Looking as cute as ever. Here is a movie called Beast Mode with Leslie Easterbrook, Ray Wise from Twin Peaks, James Hong. Cool, so we can play another episode of Where's Hongo. It's a throwback from the Jitters video from a couple years back. James Duval, who I'm a big fan of his work, and then C. Thomas Howell. There's that. It looks like that'll be a lot of fun. Here's one I haven't seen since college. With David Spade and Joe Pesci. 8 heads in a duffel bag. I don't remember hating the movie. I remember thinking it was okay, but I haven't seen it in so long, so I figured for $1, why not? All right, cool. I want to get into some of my other ones here. I'm going to start with the Blu-rays.
Would you mind know where to get some blues?
So here is I think this is the most recent Puppet Master that's been out with Thomas Lennon. I've heard, by all accounts, it's awful. But I figured, I don't know, it's Blu-ray and $1. I'll check it out. I'm a big State fan, so I like Thomas Lennon. And Reno 911, I think he's funny. So I'm interested to, my curiosity got the best of me, even though I've been warned not to watch this. To see somebody like him in a film like this. Bloody Disgusting rates it best kill scenes in modern horror. So, at Freddy in Space. I wonder if that's your handiwork. Let me know. I don't think we've ever talked about that. All right. Monster Party. They came in a slip. So Aaron Moriarty is in The Boys, which I love that show. I really, really love that show. But yeah, it came in a slipcover. I'm a sucker for the slipcovers. I figured I'd check it out. The back sounds all right, but we'll see. Now, if you remember from my video from Long Island, the Long Island 100, I picked up the first season of Battlestar Galactica on Blu-ray for like few bucks, maybe $5. Well, for $1, I just got season 4.5. Battlestar was one of the first series that were kind of splitting their seasons, taking like really long breaks in between certain seasons, like months at a time, to finish developing them. So I think it was also a great marketing way to sell more Blu-rays. Nice job, guys. So this is 4.5. I love this series. For $1, I'm still collecting them. So now I'm about halfway there on collecting all those. Between the ones I picked up over the summer on Blu-ray for cheap, and that one for $1. There was a bunch of those in there. So I'm sure they're probably at your store too if you're a Battlestar fan. Here's one I'm excited to see because I did enjoy the first one. It was a little out there, but it was fun. Wolf Cop. Another Wolf Cop. And so I've actually found a DVD copy of it at first, and I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. Kept going through, scrolling through all the selection that was there, and found one on Blu-ray. So, by all accounts, some people have told me this is fun. Better than the first one? We'll see. Here's one with Gary Oldman, who's like one of my favorite actors ever, called Mary. So I just pretty much picked this up for him. I'm hoping it looks like he does have the starring role in it, so hopefully I didn't get duped. Not dupe as in getting a double version of something, but dupe as in being fooled. Dude is one of the finest actors of our time. I've said it a million times, and he's a freaking chameleon. He can play anything. It's ridiculous. So here's one with Margot Robbie and Simon Pegg and Mike Myers called Terminal. So y'all know how I feel about Margot Robbie, and y'all know how I feel about Simon Pegg. I'm a big Britcom kind of guy. I like space and Star Trek movies, Shaun of the Dead. He's awesome. I bought it just off name value alone. I'm sure I'll enjoy that. Next up, another look at all these Blu-rays of my 6 or 7 Dollar Tree Deluges. I don't think I've had any more than 1 or 2 Blu-rays in my stash, and I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and more here. A few more here. Star Trek 4. The Voyage Home. This is the one that gets a little earthy with the Save the Whales. I don't know. I liked it. I picked it up. We're almost done here, guys. The next one I found, I actually liked this movie when it came out. I saw this in the theater. Not many people really did. I don't think it was very well received, but I wanted to pick it up for $1. Dinner for Schmucks. And it has Paul Rudd, who's freaking hilarious. Love Paul Rudd. And Steve Carell, who's also really funny. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Obviously, it has a message and all this and that, but it's worth watching at least once, and it's worth collecting for $1 for sure. Absolutely. I think that one was a little unfairly panned, believe it or not. Here's one that just looked very cool called Ill. It's about the apocalypse and looks like there's something about the infected and zombies. Blu-ray, I'm in. I'll give it a shot. This is actually the Blu-ray DVD combo. Don't recognize any of the names. Cool cover art. Next up is Trick or Treat. So I've seen some people talk about this on their YouTube channels, and I've seen it on Instagram, but it's Trick or Treat. It's obviously not the one with Sam, nor is it the one with Mark Price and Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne from the 80s. This is one I don't know too much about it, but I remember seeing people are always talking about it, holding up the cover and showing it off. I've never seen it. Like, I've never seen it in any of my Dollar Trees and any of my visits to multiple Dollar Trees, so I just happened to see one in there and I picked it up. I don't know, it's probably gonna be bad, but that's why we do on the Dollar Tree Deluge. We lower expectations to be utter Dollar Tree garbage and hope for the best. Hope for a diamond in the rough. Okay, last two. We have Bella Thorne and Ride. It sounds like someone with a ride share that the person's trying to kill them, so it's like your standard, probably everything you'd expect. Probably not going to be very great. I only bought it because it came with a slip, so I'm a sucker for that. And last but not least, and I saved this last for a reason, found a 4K. Now, I've heard of people finding steelbooks. I've never personally seen a steelbook at a Dollar Tree. I necessarily haven't heard of 4Ks being in there. Maybe some of you found them. I have not. I've not even heard of Dollar Tree carrying them. But yeah, this one was in there. And this movie's called Arizona. And it stars Danny McBride, who I'm a huge fan of, as you all know. I saw this this past winter on Prime Video, and it wasn't bad. You know, I do like Danny McBride, so I'm pretty biased when it comes to that. But no, it's a dark comedy. It's very interesting. It's not bad. For me to get my first 4K from Dollar Tree for $1 before everything gets hiked up, and it's actually something that's not that bad. So whew, that was a lot of movies. Have you seen any of these movies, or you have any comments? If you've found any kind of 4Ks at your store or any steelbooks, I'd love to hear about them in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GCapRecap. And one more shout out to my subscribers. You guys rock, man. Thanks so much. New subscribers, anything you do, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, comment. All that stuff will help with the continued growth of this channel and support it, and I'd really appreciate that. And until next time, guys, always remember, always, anytime you watch a GCap recap, you always have a seat at my bar. Till next time, be on the lookout for 4Ks at your local Dollar Tree.